Hi, friends. Welcome to Enlightened World Network. I'm Dr. Ruth Anderson, here for a meditation a day. Today, our guest meditator is Reverend Kathleen Caputo, and she has a beautiful ministry of serving that we will hear more about after the meditation. Kathleen, thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you. It's my pleasure.
So we're just ready to start your meditation whenever you would like.
Okay. Well, hello, everyone. Glad you're here with us today. It's a great day, no matter where we are, no matter what we're doing. We're in a wonderful place. We're in a safe place. And the title of my message today is Listen to Your Heart. And I'm sure that most of you, if not many of you, have heard of Heart Math Institute. And it's something that you can find on YouTube, you can find at heartmath.com. So I'm not going to tell you everything about it, but the Heart Math Institute is an extremely important institute. The institute conducts scientific and evidence-based studies of the connection between our heart and the brain. And it actually is found out that it's the heart that first sends the signal to the brain. And when the brain and the heart are connected harmoniously, it's called heart coherence. And the heart coherence is actually a high performance of a healthy state, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And that actually helps to bring out the best in each one of us. So Heart Math actually helps us to tap in to the power and the intelligence of the heart and its intuition. So Source, or the divine, whatever you call it, always speaks through our hearts, not through our brain. The greatest wisdom comes through the heart. And as a matter of fact, most spiritual and religious traditions converge on the heart as the focal point of loving consciousness. So how many times have we heard someone say, oh, it touched my heart, or it broke my heart, or oh, it made my heart so happy. Or when you see someone who is grateful, you might see them put their hand on their heart, and as a gesture of that made me feel so good, thank you. So many years ago, there was a comedian, and his name was Jimmy Durante. And he had a show in the 1950s. And at the end of his show, he would walk out the door into total darkness. And then all of a sudden, a spotlight would appear right in front of him. And he would walk into the spotlight. And then after a few seconds, it would be dark again, and there would be another spotlight ahead of him, and he kept walking into the spotlights. Well, basically, that's what we do with spirit, with the divine. We might be in darkness, but God never leaves us in darkness. There's always that spotlight. There's always that guidance. Unfortunately, many of us have forgotten that, right? Or we do hear some guidance, but we don't pay attention to it. And what happens when we don't pay attention to that guidance? Things usually don't go as well as when we do listen to it. So I'm not going to talk too much about the mechanics of how the heart and the brain connect, but I would like to go through a heart math exercise called the freeze frame. The freeze frame. And actually, what it does is it helps us to access our intuitive intelligence and find your creative solutions, answers to problems, answers to any of your questions, or even it enhances your creativity. So if you feel comfortable, let's go through this now. We're going to take a little time to go into our hearts. And so please close your eyes and know that you're safe and you're comfortable and you're in the atmosphere of absolute love. And just take a moment to acknowledge any problem, any challenge, a question you might have, an issue. And notice any feelings or attitudes that come up when you realize this particular issue or challenge or the question. So I'm going to give you a moment to think about that. And so as you come up with that answer, I'd like you to focus your attention on your heart. And maybe to help you focus, you might want to put your hand right on your heart. And then imagine your breath flowing in and out easily and effortlessly, flowing in and out of your heart and your chest area. And slow down your breathing a little and make your breathing deeper, maybe deeper than usual. And find an easy rhythm that's comfortable for you. There are no rules to this. Whatever is comfortable for you, you do. And as you do, you become more and more peaceful and calm. And that peace and that calm flows all the way through your entire body. And just stay in that peace and calm for a few more moments. Notice how your body is feeling as we're doing this. And as you continue a heart-focused breathing, make a sincere attempt to let go of all judgment, all criticism, or any expectations. Let that go. And make a sincere attempt to do that and experience a regenerative feeling such as appreciation or care for someone or something else in your life. Because from that objective and loving place, ask yourself what would be a more efficient or effective attitude, action, or solution to your challenge or your question. If we come from a loving place, we attract those loving experiences. We attract more and we're open more to that solution that is coming from spirit right through our hearts. And keep in mind that that solution is coming from source and it responds to our challenge and our question. And just stay focused on that heart. Stay focused where your hand is. And as you do, quietly observe any subtle changes or perceptions or attitudes or feelings. And notice how you're responding to those feelings and those attitudes. Are you flowing with them? Are you rejecting them? Are you resisting them? And bring yourself back to your heart and let go of any expectations, any judgment, any criticism. And notice if you're seeing anything in your mind's eye. Notice if you see a place or a color, or are you hearing something that brings an idea to mind? Maybe an answer to a solution, or maybe even a song. All of these things are helping you to be open and receptive to that answer that source is putting right there in your heart. And you might even say to yourself, I accept what has already been given to me. I accept it now. and I am open to it, and I listen to my heart for all of those answers, for all of those solutions, and for all the good that I know is right here for me. And so I'd like us to stay in this atmosphere just for a few minutes. Just keep your eyes closed. We'll stay in the silence and know that all of those answers, those solutions are coming into your heart. And lastly, as we come back, I remind you to commit to sustaining beneficial attitudes and shifts and acting on new insights. Remember that answers, resolutions might come now or even at a later time. It's all in perfect divine timing and order. But they will come as you practice heart coherence. The heart will signal the mind and the brain to actually act on the insights and show you how to bring that about. You know, you can practice heart coherence to start your day or any day, anytime, placing your hand on your heart, closing your eyes like we have now, slowing down your breath, and bring love and gratitude to your heart. It will start your day in the very, very best way. And so let's come back now as I count up from 1 to 5. 1, feeling very calm and relaxed. 2, feeling at peace. 3, being very, very confident. 4, feeling the energy of love and peace and joy in your heart. And 5, open your eyes and feel better than we've even felt before, with all of those answers flowing into your heart. And so I would like you, if you'd like to, write down whatever came up during this exercise, whatever insights you had, whatever feelings, and see how things go from now on after you've done this exercise. And you could always go back to it again. You can ask anything that comes up with you. And the other thing I'll ask you to do is, if you have any comments now about how you felt, about what you got from this, about what you're learning about heart math, if you would put those in the comments, we'd love to be able to see that and to be able to write back to you and answer any questions that you have.
Thank you, Kathleen. That was beautiful. So
Thank you.
can we go over the steps really quick again?
Sure.
So
Mhm.
hand on the heart.
That's yes. Number one is to actually acknowledge the problem or the condition or the challenge, or if you have a question. Number two is to focus, put your hand on your heart, and then imagine your breath flowing easily and effortlessly, and slow it down to a place that feels comfortable for you. And then as you continue to breathe slowly, feel the peace and the calm, and make an attempt to let go of all judgment, all criticism, and all expectations. And also start to feel that gratitude and love for anyone or anything that you have in your life, because that gratitude and that love always attracts to you more of it. And then ask yourself, what would be the best solution to my challenge or my question? And keep in mind that that answer is coming from source right into your heart. And then step 5 would be to quietly observe any challenges, any perceptions, any feelings, and notice how you're responding to them. And then also notice what's coming up, whether it's something in your mind's eye, a place, a color, something that you might hear, a song, something that's coming back to you, or something that's leading you forward. And then just remain in that silence for as long as you have that time to do it. It could be a couple of minutes, it could be an hour. And to also know that the solution might come at that time, but it might come at a later time, and don't judge that. Just allow it to happen, because it's right there. And it's in divine timing.
Thank you.
And I like to, when I do that, I do like to write down what comes up in me so I can look back at that.
Excellent. Thank you so much. So, Kathleen, could you talk about your ministry? It seems to be pretty widespread, because you've got your hand in several different pots there.
Mhm.
But I couldn't help but notice that every bit of it is a ministry of serving others. Could you share with us what you do?
Sure, sure. 10 years ago, I became a religious science and interfaith minister. Religious science was based on a book by Ernest Holmes called The Science of Mind. And it teaches about consciousness. And so it's for every person, every religion, every custom. We have people coming from all different religions as customs, because it works with everything. And we talk about our belief and how we attract to us what we believe, what our thoughts and our words are. And that if there is something that we're experiencing that is not to our liking, there's nothing to blame ourselves about, but that we have the ability to change that by changing our thoughts and our words and our beliefs. And as we do, we find that what we're attracting also changes. And in 2002, I started a junior church for children ages 7 to 12. And this is what we taught them. And we also gave them craft activities to kind of anchor that lesson to bring home with them. And all of those children are grown at this point, and their lives are so different. They had confidence in themselves. They knew that everything that they needed was already within them, that all they had to do was say, okay, I accept it now because everything is already done for them. And when I saw that, I said, wow, when I was a child, I wish I knew that. It would have made such a difference in my life. I grew up in a Christian religion. I had people in my family in all different religions, so it was very ecumenical. But I grew up with fear. I grew up with doubt. And I see the kids that are learning this now in the beginning, right, when they're little, that their lives are different. And so that's why I started also studying with Dr. Emoto, who wrote the book, The Hidden Messages in Water. And to make a long story short, when I went to meet with him, I bought this huge stuffed polar bear, and I named him Hado Bear because Hado is the vibrational pattern of life energy that we're all made out of, and that's a Japanese word. And I ended up writing a book about Hado Bear, and his message is that we're all different, but we're all perfect just the way we are, that our thoughts, our words, and our beliefs can help us to change a negative situation into a more positive one. And it also helps me to work directly with children. I have a nonprofit now that helps children that are seriously ill or are special needs children. We send them a book. We have a little baby Hado Bear stuffed comfort animal that we send out to them. And Hado Bear does a special video for those children. And it's like a meditation video that helps them in what they're going through, because Hado Bear's secret is actually that he can talk. And it's just something that we love to do. And it helps the parents, it helps the children. And quite frankly, it helps me to be a child still, because I love being a kid. And it gives me a chance to do craft and things like that with the children. I've worked with cancer patients, adults, to be able to see themselves as getting well. And it makes such a difference. And I've also worked with children to do that also.
Beautiful. Kathy, if people want to work with you individually, how
Yes,
do they find you? How do they contact you?
certainly. They can contact me at Kathy@hadobear.com, Kathy @HADOBEAR.com. You can go on to my website, hadobear.com, and the name of the nonprofit is Source of Guidance, and the website for that is sourceofguidance.org. And you'll see all the programs that we have. We've given hundreds of books and bears to children's hospitals. And I used to work with someone who did a Build-A-Bear, and we had a Hado Bear Build-A-Bear. We're not doing that now. And I always thought it would be tough on me to see the kids when they're really sick. And we would be in the playroom and the kids would come in and they would build the bear. But what really got to my heart is the parents who came in because their child was too sick to come in. And they were so grateful that we were giving something to their children. And so whenever we give a book out, we sign it, Hado Bear signs it, and sends a special message to those children too. And we call them our superheroes.
Oh, sweet.
Because they are superheroes.
Very sweet. Well, Kathleen, you have such a gift and you just keep giving it. So
thank you.
So
do you.
Well, thank you. Certainly appreciate your heart math coherence that you did with us today. So appreciate your teaching us about that. And we look forward to working with you more with Enlightened World Network.
And I look forward to that too. Thank you so much. I wish everyone a blessed, beautiful rest of the day.
Thank you. So friends here at Enlightened World Network, thank you for being here. Thank you for taking time out in your day to get to know yourself a little bit better as a spiritual being. We're on this journey together with you. So take good care and God bless, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye now.